Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the WEC qualifier here at the IESF. My name is Swap, and with me, of course, is the wonderful Diddler, and we will be taking you through the second to last game of the qualifier. This right here is the second semi-final. So whoever wins here, we'll go on to play into the final, play against Netherlands, and the winner of that game will qualify for the WEC 2023. Right now, it will be Denmark against Sweden. Diddler, where are we going with this? Because you said your predictions were right so far, so I'm really curious if this one will get through as well.
Everyone knows that my predictions are always correct. Squid just kept saying it the other day because I just kept getting the predictions right. But this one, it's gonna be a closer one. Sweden actually did pretty well up against Bulgaria. It was pretty much kind of an obliteration on Bulgaria's map pick. It was a 2-0, pretty easy in the end. But I'm just gonna check the previous results here because I feel like because Denmark, Bulgaria, Norway were in that same group, we were talking about that other day, so that kind of skews things. But look at the past results. When Denmark played Bulgaria, it was a destruction of Bulgaria. This one is going to be a closer one. I feel it's going to be really close because of course, when Denmark did play Bulgaria, it's a best of 1, and when Sweden played Bulgaria, it's a best of 3. So even though they have a common opponent, I don't think it's really good to compare them so far. We'll just have to look at it from the front. But I feel like Denmark have the edge today. They have, that cohesion. They are a team, and we have the lineup right here: Ramsden, Neye, Josephine, Marie, and Zigimage, of course. Same old roster. Formerly the Copenhagen Flames Shield Maidens as a 5. Not currently, but not so long ago, maybe just only a few months ago. So yeah, Pop, I'm shifting towards Denmark for this best of 3.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I was thinking about how Sweden has a lot more experience, right? They have experienced players. They had Giuliano and Zaz playing for the team. Now we've seen even in the male qualifiers, right? We've seen that sometimes maybe the rosters do change around in the qualifiers. Let's actually check out the roster of Sweden, because I'm curious if we're going to see the same roster. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be 7 Licious, Zaz, Jenko, Lina, and Giuliano. And this is the team that we got to cast in the group stage as well. They completely overwhelmed Turkey, Serbia, and Israel, actually conceding only 15 rounds in 3 maps. So that's basically 5 rounds per map. In the quarterfinals, not the easiest job against Bulgaria, but Bulgaria, they were the ones actually to more or less eliminate Norway, another team that was in contention for the first place. So it was a pretty close game. As you said, it was at least on the first map, right? Because you said on the map pick of Bulgaria was 16-5. It was overwhelming, but on the first map, Mirage, I feel like Bulgaria stand a better chance. But right now they're playing against Denmark, and Denmark, they actually completely destroyed Turkey. 16-4 on Vertigo, 16-2 on Overpass. And that Overpass that we've seen from Sweden against Turkey, it looked really strong. But the thing is, they still have to perform the same way if they want to win against Denmark here, if they do get to play Overpass, right?
Yeah, on top of that, just seeing the veto right now, I only just looked at the veto, and I just remembered that I did cast Giuliano and Zaz playing this Copenhagen Flame Shield Maidens roster before in ESL Impact. So my prediction does shift a little bit now towards Sweden because it was an absolute obliteration on Nuke, on Vertigo. It didn't even go to Anubis. It was like a 32-18 round differential, and we start on Overpass. This has to be a map that Denmark pick up. They did good previously, but we have to see it today. I don't know, but yeah, Vertigo, Denmark picking Vertigo, and Sweden have the manpower. I think the real win condition for this game is we have to see Denmark shutting down Zaz, because yesterday up against Bulgaria, the map was pretty close. It was like 11-16, but Zaz had like nearly 40 kills. She had 39 kills in regulation, only in 27 rounds of play. And when everyone gets activated on Sweden, that's when things get dangerous. That's when you really don't have a chance. We'll see this pistol get started. And there's a challenge up on this mid side, but the players are heading up long. This is going to be very weird. And this is going to be Ramsden falling in just a few moments. And it's going to be Lina to take her down. That's A side open.
Well, the rotations are coming through. It is the pistol round, right? So you might as well try it. But look at that, Zaz. expecting the flank. Josephine going down, and that's a 5-on-3 favoring Sweden. Now they're gonna push through bank with all of their players here, but Sevenlicious, that is a fast double headshot to Marie. She does go down to Zig Image, but Giuliano and Jenkin, they're trying to hold down the fort here, and Jenkin, that's a wonderful double kill to win the pistol round in favor of Sweden. Again, this is the map pick of Sweden, and Denmark did choose to start on the CET side. And the fact is, you know, again, this is basically what I've said over all of the overpasses that we've seen. If you do really well on the T side, then you're going to have a way comfortable half on the CT side, because that's the favored side of the map, of course. Now, we've seen some teams that do really well on the T side, but it wasn't necessarily that the enemy team did the same, right? It was just the team that did really well on the T side was just better, and they just closed it out on the CT side. But this time, I feel like you said it's probably going to be a close game. I can completely agree with that. Both teams are really good. They have experience as well. Because I was talking about, yeah, Giuliano and Zaz having a mountain of experience, right? Because they've been in the scene for so long. But you pointed out as well, Denmark full roster or ex roster of Copenhagen Flames Shield Maidens, so they have some experience as well.
Yeah, they do, and that's where things, like I said, get really interesting on that side. You know, it's not the same roster. I'm just going off of Giuliano and Zaz, who have been the loudest people on the server. Because Zaz top fragged the first map up against Bulgaria. Giuliano top fragged the second map up against Bulgaria. It really only makes sense that you kind of judge it off G2 Oya rather than any other lineup. But maybe these three players have something else to say, but it's an absolute decimation on the A-bomb site. Easy kills to be found. You're only ever going to get one there, and I feel like that was generous. One kill, considering you had everyone barreling up the CT side, that's probably the most you're gonna get. That's the most you're gonna get up against a Sweden that's firing on all cylinders. So they're getting off to a good start here. Sweden, well, they're standing strong. This could be a really good game that really pushes Denmark over the limits, because I feel like they haven't really been tested all too much. They were first in their group because they beat Norway and they beat Bulgaria, so they really haven't had a real challenge into that quarterfinals. But here in the semifinals, this is a different sort of matchup here.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more on the line right now. You know, maybe in the group stage, even if the game doesn't really go your way, you might still have a second chance. Now, this is a best of 3 instead of best of 1s that we've seen in the group stage, but if just Sweden just start getting a lot of rounds here, it might get a little bit scary for Denmark. Again, this is not their map pick, so maybe they're not that worried, right? They're gonna get to play their own map pick of Vertigo as well, and maybe Sweden, maybe that's not their strongest map. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we have a lot of info on that too. I'm curious if they actually played Vertigo so far. They haven't. A lot of Mirage. Yeah, a lot of Mirage, Overpass, and Inferno. So, you know, they have this map as the opening map. They have Mirage as a decider, so it's looking good for them. But I guess if they get the momentum on Vertigo, Denmark. Oh, look at that. Jenkins, just instant. The flash didn't even affect her.
Push in, and that's Yankin just taking her down. And on top of this veto does not favor Denmark at all. If they are to win out this series, in my opinion, they'd have to win Overpass. That's Sweden's map pick. All 3 maps are so good for them. I don't see in a world where they win this one out, really, based on the maps. Because the maps that they've went into, Sweden have proved that they are better on it. Sweden have consistently beaten teams on Overpass, consistently beaten teams on Vertigo, and consistently beaten teams on Mirage. You know, high-octane teams such as Bulgaria, who were able to... Well, they didn't really challenge Denmark, but it was only a best of 1. If you just link it back here, I feel like just Sweden have the edge in everything so far. And if Denmark want to win out this series, it will have to be this map going along with it, because I don't see them winning Mirage if it goes there. It will have to be a 2-0, but maybe they're able to blow our minds. I wouldn't be, sad if they're able to win. It would be really good because we get to see more competition, because we haven't seen a lot of competition in the group stages. How many 16-1s have we casted? How many one-sided best of 3s have we done? I feel like we just got to see that from that perspective as well. But we'll see this round get it started again. Half buyout from the Danish side. Not much being brought to the table. A 2-3 split across the board, but they're relatively open. No trading positions up on the A-bomb site. The rotates are you know, supposed to be really fast if they do head to the A bomb site, because I feel like these players could get picked off individually, but they've already gotten the first pick onto the B bomb site and they're looking for more here, Pop.
You know, it's a bit around right now, so not a lot of hope here for Denmark, considering how things have been going so far, but at least you take down Zaz. There's some damage dealt. Looking for the kills here. Jenkins is just playing it really slowly. She's just waiting inside. Well, next to balloons. And I think she spotted Marie there. Taking the duel against their Giuliano in the meantime took down Ramzan. So Marie is going to be peeked here by Giuliano. Gets the shot off, and that is Sweden getting themselves another round on the board. It is 4-2 already, and we'll see Denmark with another bye, right? We're going to see... I would expect the AWP to come out here. And, you know, the AWP hasn't really been a bad weapon for Denmark, right? They look pretty strong when they had the AWP, out. And especially in the long-range duels, you want to take them against Sweden with an AWP. So we do see Ramzan with that AWP. Maybe not the best start. Well, I want to say maybe not the best start for her, but not the best start for Denmark all along, right? They only got 3 kills so far. They certainly need more. Oh, the double nade for the boost. That's perfect. I don't know how Josephine is still alive, but that's a lot of damage onto 2 players. What a way to start around here.
Yeah, they'll push onto the B bomb site again. This is where they've been finding a lot of success, especially even with the numbers that are on here. Josephine caught just with their pants down, and the rest of the players starting to storm on in. A 2-for-2 trade on the side. I feel like they're looking to get away with that, Denmark. Saw how that player was just there. It was Josephine looking for the trades. Zaz activating. Now gonna drop a smoke here to block the heaven cross. Now there's a plethora of positions that they can play. A player coming in from the short side, a player coming in from heaven, from both angles. And this is the right call out here from Zaz. It's just to push up forward, play a little bit more spread out, not allow the secondary player to get both kills if they're able to. They already know where one is, and they don't know where the other one is. So they're just gonna try and play with the cards that they've been dealt with. They'll have to make a move on. That bomb is starting to tick away, and they're conceding this. They don't want anything to do with this round. Their money is in the garbage once more if they don't save this, and they'll just carry these weapons over to the next round. Accrue a little bit of loss bonus. This kill, oh no, there's no way. Marie gets that kill though, finally. Very, very shaky, but that's been the summation of the first 5 rounds out from Denmark. It really hasn't been that good. It's been shaky, and Sweden have been able to take what they want.
Now Denmark will be able to afford another buy here. Although Sweden, we might not actually see an AWP for their side, especially on the T side, I think. Maybe it's not the best approach, right? I know Ramzan has an AWP, and maybe you want to challenge it in the long-range duel, but at the same time, you could just try to avoid it. The molly should be perfect here from Zaz. Ramzan won't wait and the molly to hold down the angle, so she has to reposition. But Zaz, she's a constant pressure and presence in con there, and it's really hard to get rid of her, right? Because it's just she's doing so well at taking space in that area that it's really hard for the Danish side to get rid of her. There's a smoke for long, but there's a player close by, and they expected. Jenkins though still goes down to Marie. Giuliano, she gets the kill instantly after, but it's still the fact that it's a 4-on-4. It was Denmark to get the initial opener, but they do know that the AWP should be on that A site. They heard a bullet shot off, so they could try to go towards B as they did rotate into short. They have the bomb here as well. They want to boost up, or is just really late? Oh, Zaz, she stepped there, so now they know it's going to be at least some presence towards B. They're going to push through short. Josephine taking down a couple of players. Seems like they don't really know where she's shooting from. Lina looking for a headshot here. Finds Josephine in the end, but not the kill, only the position. And now it's all down to Giuliano. You know, 1-on-3, trying to isolate those duels, trying to play it as 3 1-on-1s. And she's going to go down to Josephine as well. The triple kill for her. Denmark, they will claim their first round. Now, would you argue, Tiddler, that fall, that noise that Zaz did in short was their downfall? Because I feel like you know, it was the rotations after all, but maybe they would have just played slowly into B and could have checked Josephine's position before she starts laying down fire.
I don't know. I think it wouldn't have really made a difference because they walked into plenty of Danish players. They always seem to lean towards the B bomb site, and they just did a good job there. Their positions were really good. Josephine was going to be in that position regardless of whether or not they played slow or fast. We'll see an adaptation from Sweden this round. Just adapting to the different setup, but they're going to start one man down. After that, Molotov does catch Giuliano off, and Zaz taking a whole lot of damage from the HE. That's a good flash to force him in, and that's a good kill to be found by Denmark. That's way better. I love seeing this Denmark roster right now playing like this on Overpass because this is a very, very good job of them just isolating the duels. Jenkin is just going to get caught off here. An easy frag for Zig Image, and it's just Lina left in a 1-on-5. A very, very good round being played out from the Danish squad. Just destroying them. The aggression, it's relentless. A good recovery out from Lina to get the first one, but already the flanks coming in. She's already locked out of this round. All she can do is here is sit and wait, and well, she's expectant of this player in this position. She's pre-firing it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Really good awareness, but I don't know how she's going to save this into the next round because there's still 3 more players to find. But I think they're respecting her. They know what she can do with that op. They'll let her have it, and it's going to be the round done.
Yeah, and their economy is not really that good, so they don't want to risk losing more weapons here. So Lina will be able to drop a weapon. This might be an uncomfortable situation for Sweden. They might not actually be able to buy comfortably. So we'll see how this one goes as the time will end. But Denmark getting the second round on the board, very important for them to find something here on the CT side. They need a lot more. You know, you could argue, you could make the argument that 5 rounds on T side, especially in Overpass, are more than enough, but I wouldn't really go that far and call it more than enough, you know. And at the same time, I wouldn't really call it the only rounds that Sweden will get, right? It's just they had such a good start to the map here. Yes, they might have botched a couple of rounds, but they'll actually have enough money to buy up once again. So this could very well be their last buy. That's the biggest problem, and that's exactly why the tactical timeout comes out. They want to make sure that they win this one. They don't want to be forced into an eco by Denmark and allow them to get a lot more rounds here, at least not before they get 6 or 7, right? Because when you're on 6 or 7, you're kind of safe. You did your more or less quota or better quota on the T side, but still, we're gonna have to wait and see what exactly is the plan here for the side of Sweden. Maybe change a little bit some things up here. Maybe try something new. There's a molly in short just to make sure no one pushes through, but they will actually push through that smoke, and they have complete control over short. That is, of course, Denmark, and the op is actually there. That's Ramzan. In the meantime, Zaz, of course, inside Con. Constant presence there. And, you know, Ramzan has a very good position, has a lot of info here. She knows that no one should be towards the monster tunnel. So let's see how this one plays out for Denmark. Because, of course, they're at a disadvantage. 7licious. She's going to walk into the crosshair of Ramzan. That is the opening for the Opper. The B side is completely open at this point, but Zaz will surprise Marie. Peeks out once more, but that's Zig Image with a double kill. Giuliano will trade, but there's the kill with the molly, and now it's all down to Lina. It's going to get herself an AK. Oh, trying to get a kill there on Josephine, but the spray wasn't really the best, so Josephine will be happy with that one. And that is the 3rd round for Denmark. And Sweden, they're going to eco it out.
That's a wrong call out from Sweden. You know, they had that opening. They both lined up as well, and taking the battles when they were low HP. It's not a great call to make. It was going to be an easy lineup for Zig Image anyway. Yeah, 2 players on low HP, just lining up easy kills for her. Denmark starting to make a recovery. Pretty impressive. This is what they need here on their CT side. There's still plenty of rounds here to play on the CT side. Still 7 more rounds to play. You know, they could easily get a 10-5 scoreline if they continue on like this. Sweden now down to an eco. There should be 4, but maybe, you know, they've won a lot of ecos, so I don't even know what to expect at this point. But Zig Image back on her way, getting a lineup. Marie even getting and chiming in with a kill of her own. Josephine as well. And everyone getting a piece of the pie in this round. It's a 5-on-1. Giuliano just here with the Tech 9. Won't be able to do much. And there it is. Zig Image to close things in the end. And Denmark taking that round. A brilliant past few rounds out from that. It's been pretty impressive. These rounds also have not been all too close. Sweden, they get 5 rounds that are pretty one-sided for them. But then 4 one-sided rounds right back here for Denmark.
Yeah, if you only looked at the first 4 or 5 rounds, you would have think, well, you know, it's Sweden, they're going to take this one with ease. But it's just a fact of, you know, usually by the time you get to the second buy round, that's when the team that is losing is going to understand some things about the setup and try and counter it. And Denmark, they're doing exactly that, right? They're doing so well. They almost left the game. A game that they didn't really start good on, right? But look at Zig Image. She was on 1 kill for quite a long time. Now she's on 12 and 6. She's popped off a little bit here in the start of the game. Giuliano playing by herself towards Monster. Jenkin will take down Marie. But Giuliano, she's gonna peek, missing the shot on the Zig Image. It's hard to take down Zig Image right now. She has a lot of confidence. Neye down to half HP. Jenkin, oh, spotted the AWP. So now, what is the way to go? Do you want to go into the AWP or you want to rotate back? It's still a 4-on-4. It's still possible here for any of those two teams. And Ramsden, she got herself into a more passive angle behind the truck. But she's by herself. That's the main point. Could have some support from Josephine, who's just now rotating, but the smokes will come in. Josephine, I don't know if she can actually make it into the site before the smokes. Well, Bloom, oh, will they expect the AWPer behind the truck? That's the big question. The flash is good. Jenkins spotted out the AWPer. He's going to take the long way around, but 7licious takes down Ramsden, so that's a 4-on-3. And Lena, that's an important kill into Josephine. That might actually point them towards a save. Denmark, it's a 2-on-4. You're both half HP. And you have to retake a site that is filled with Swedish players. So, yeah, they're just going to back away slowly. And Sweden will break the streak there of Denmark. Will get themselves the 6th round on the board. And up back as well, of course. And we'll see how that goes on into the remainder of the rounds here in the first half. Because, you know, it's not a lot left. And Sweden got a good majority out of it.
Yep, Sweden back on the board, back up and running. After a little bit of a drought. I want to say actually a drought. Just a little bit of a streak by Denmark. But already, this is a good foundation for the T side. But I feel like they will be wanting a little bit more. This is their map pick, of course. Maybe vying for at least a lead at the end of the half. They're only 2 rounds away. Definitely possible considering their performances in certain, you know, spot rounds. Denmark, though, have done a good job of keeping them honest and keeping them on their toes. It's not like it's a steamroll. We'll see them drop a Molotov up forward, but it's going to be smoked off, extinguished, so that Sweden can cross by. Yankin going to catch off one, spotting out another, going to drop in a flash and decide to go into the long side herself. So, knowing that that AWP isn't going to be in that long position is pretty crucial. Along with that, and Zaz has gotten a kill down in the connector side. Pretty early frag. Ramsden barely missing that shot. And Zaz is actually pushing forward. She really wants this frag, but walking into the crosshair of an AWP, is that really the choice that you want to make? I don't know if it is, but she's wrapped all the way around. But while that's all happening, Josephina's found that, but Zaz stabbing her right in the back with the AK-47. Now looking to charge on forward into the A bomb site. Bombs on their backs this time around. No bad calls. 3 players in CT. No flanks, actually. So it's going to be a full-on rotate here. Full-on brute force situation for Denmark if they are going to go for this. They're waiting for an aggressive maneuver from Sweden, but they're not going to give it at all. Dropping a nade, that might deter them. That does a whole load of damage onto Neye. 2 players coming in from bank. This is going to be the point of contact. Man down, Zaz already on low HP. Lena into this battle, taking a lot of damage herself, but Lena and Giuliano find those kills, tapping away, and it's 7licious to find absolute closure. Sweden now starting to get themselves running once more. The engine getting started again. Starting to distance themselves from Denmark once more. And maybe now getting that all-coveted 8 that would secure lead at the end of the half and put a little bit of pressure off their shoulders.
Yeah, you know, it is a scary prospect right now for Denmark, but that doesn't mean that the game is over, right? As Sweden did pretty well on their D side, Denmark can do the exact same thing. Because you wouldn't really say that it's a big difference between the two teams, right? As everyone has their aim on point, everyone has experience with those kind of situations, right? Because maybe if you were an unexperienced player, right, getting into the semifinal, getting this close to the final that qualifies you to WEC, maybe then you're gonna start feeling nervous. You know, you're gonna mess up your shots or your utility or anything. So for these 10 players, this is just a regular another day at the office. Oh, Marie, that's a nice shot onto Jenkin.
Oh.
And Ramsen finding Lena. Okay, the Deagles are very scary right now from the side of Denmark. We've seen a lot of the Deagle shots from them in the previous games as well, so we knew what to expect, but it's still very impressive when you see the Deagle shots coming in like that. Zaz, can she get rid of both players in bathrooms here? Nay, in the meantime, took down Civilicious, so they're down to 2. It's down to Zaz and Giuliano. Although Giuliano having the op is not really the best against the Deagles, but Zaz, he's another headshot to Ramsen. Zig Image and Nay, they're both low. There's an AK-83 there by Nay. If she can hit the headshot with the AK, as they could with the Deagle, could make it a very good situation for themselves. Flash into Bank and Zaz taking down Josephine, and it's a scary round as well, right? You're against Zaz and Giuliano. Their team play is going to be impeccable, and it's down to Zig Image and Neye. Zig Image, so far, the top fragger of the server, playing it insanely well so far, but she has a 5-7. Neye still has an AK, as I said. Bomb is not planted for Zaz, but Giuliano made her way into mid. And with the op will try to deny the defusal. Zig Image goes down to Giuliano. Takes the Deagle out. And now they're both on 8 HP. The bomb has been tapped, but not stuck. And Zaz will just take down Ney. Never expected her to be in long, and that's fair, right? It's such an unusual position, especially for where the bomb was planted.
They would have expected her long if they completely cleared out toilets without spotting out Giuliano, but Giuliano felt that she was under pressure, so she did peek out with that op. There could have been a situation if Giuliano didn't peek, if she was too passive, they might have cleared out long, and it would have been way too difficult for that op to get activated. You saw how that battle went. There's a 2-on-1 for Giuliano. She ended up dying in the end, but they played it out pretty well. They played the time, they played the long distance, they knew what they had to do, and they won it out in the end. We'll see round number 13 being played here in this first map. Now Sweden getting that all-elusive 8. Now could propel on forward. 11-4 isn't out of the picture. They can break that economy and then basically guarantee the last 2 rounds if possible. That op shot not going to connect, and Zaz sharp as always. I would say, though, it is very good and very respectable that Denmark are able to make sure Zaz stays really quiet this game. That's a push forward. Zig Image to find that the boost has to drop. I don't know how they didn't hear that boost dropping. And now that's the B side open for the take and open for business. It's free real estate over there. And now Josephine looking to claw things back possibly. And Nina getting that bomb as well. Going on the rotate. This should be a sealed round here for Sweden. There's of course no absolutes just yet. Of course our rotate's starting to trickle on in. But I feel like the save is the best option here. You know, like I said, losing this would mean in the last 2 rounds of the first half, it's basically a formality if you don't save anything over. But it seems like they wanted to attempt things. That Molotov, not quite going to hit where it intends. A little bit too close to the side. Spotting out the first player. That's a very, very over-aggressive peek out for Sevenlicious. You can't be doing that. Now that M4 is starting to peek on through. Josephine, Sweden, you've absolutely misplayed things. And now Zaz is in a 1-on-2. I cannot believe that this is the situation that has panned out. The bomb is getting tapped. It's now getting stuck. There's no kid on them. But now it's a peek on through. I cannot believe it. That's a thrown round out from Sweden. let that happen. Why are you over peaking like that?
Oof. Nah, yeah, not a very good play here from Sweden. Could have gotten even more on the board there, but you know, those kind of rounds are the rounds that get you back into the game, right? They're the rounds that just can get your confidence up and all of that, and especially when you're down 8-4. There's the instance one for Monster. But yeah, now Sweden, there's still a couple of rounds left in this half, and they could get themselves still to double digits, but still, it could have been even better. But now the fact is, getting double digits on your own map pick and on the T side of Overpass, especially, it is a very good situation for Swedish players. Giuliano taking down Josephine through the wall there. Perfect spray on her head. And that gets the advantage in favor of Sweden, as there's a pretty good setup here inside bathrooms from Denmark. But they still need to be careful because they're looking to check bathrooms. Lena, oh, she takes down both of them. Wasn't really a problem. They were going in to help her, but she didn't need the help. She got it by herself. Giuliano in short, trying to flank. Oh, and she's going to take down Neye. It's all down to Zig Image. Yeah, she's behind them, but she has an MP9, and Lena's already looking behind. So this one, it's probably going to be a flawless round for the side of Sweden. And on their own map pick, they're doing still very well. You know, maybe that previous round, Tiddler, maybe that was a wake-up call. You can't really over-aggress, can be feeling overzealous when you're playing against Denmark. Won't be a perfect round in the end, as Zaz will go down, and Zig Image happily saves that AK, but oh, maybe she won't, as Giuliano gets very close. She's gonna go down as well. Okay, Zig Image will be taken down by Jenkin, but you know, a couple of kills got in there at the end, denying the perfect round. Not that it matters all that much. It's the last round of the first half, but still some good damage.
Good damage. And you know, we were discussing about before in the previous days how the difference between an 8-7, 9-6, 10-5, 11-4 are. And just imagining just that thrown away round that Sweden had, that 2-on-4 situation. You know, you'd really love an 11-4 over a 10-5. It just distances you off a little bit more, maybe 2 eco cycles rather than just one separating you both. And that's where things get a little bit difficult, you know. Now we'll get started again. It seems to be a lead towards the B bomb site. That bomb's still not committing anywhere. That MP9 up close though. Yeah, there's too many players for Zaz to handle. She wasn't expecting that. That's a good situation. That's a good play from Denmark. And now they've gotten themselves up to a good start. I love how they focus towards this B short side. But the problem is the B bomb side is kind of open for the take. Giuliano might get caught off guard if she doesn't look at that direction. She gets the first, but they might not be expecting all the short presence. Seems like they do now. They've gotten that information. The nade's going to be dropped in. Lena gonna get caught off guard, didn't clear the angle fully. Now we have a 4-on-3 situation. This is looking good here for Denmark, considering that this is the final round and a half. They have to force into this one. This is going to be their opportunity to possibly get a 9-6, and I feel like a 9-6 is pretty generous considering the rounds that have been played out. The time is starting to tick away here. No kit really on these players. They'll start to have to make a move on. It's now a 2-on-2, a 2-on-1, not for long. Giuliano getting a kill from the heavens. That bomb isn't planted for Marie as well. That flash gonna blind Marie completely. A peek on through, low HP, no time for the defusal. Giuliano toying with her food. Sweden, they'll take it. They'll find double digits at the end of this first half.
Still, such a good half there. It's very hard to get double digits on Overpass usually, but you know, they still managed to get it, and you can understand it's their own map pick. This is the map that they played, well, could have played in the quarterfinals again as well against Bulgaria, but they did play only once, I guess, against Turkey, but he still won 16-5 there. I don't know if, you know, that's something that can actually happen, because Denmark against Turkey, they got 13 rounds on the T side, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe there's still a chance here, as Zaz takes down a couple of players, and Giuliano got a kill earlier on. It's already a 4-on-2. Oh, Ramzan with the Glock. Will take down Zaz. Jenkin answers with a shot onto Neye, and it's not the cleanest spray there with the Glock, and she will go down to Jenkin. You don't get the kill at first, you're not going to get a second chance. Sweden claiming the pistol round. You know, what can get done here? They need an insane T side here to come back into this game, because as Sweden did really well on T side, they're not going to slow down on the CT side. It's their own map pick. They're good at it.
That's the problem. And I did say, moving on to Vertigo, the map pick of Denmark, you know, having the duo of Zaz and Giuliano destroying on that map before not so long ago, it really looks difficult. But maybe because Denmark have had some good performances, but I haven't seen them go up against a really good team up on Vertigo all too much. But they have shown that they have the foundation, they have the core to do things. And this flash, the MP9, it's a farmhouse right now. That round was done in a matter of seconds. But going on to my last point, I was just saying, Denmark clearly show a good foundation, a good core on Vertigo. They know how to play it. They know their grenades, they know their smokes and flashes, etc. But it's just that when I see Sweden, you know, have also such a good foundation, having seen them play really high tier tournaments, some of these individual pieces, it really makes it difficult for me to justify Denmark getting, you know, a victory up on Vertigo. But maybe, you know, like I said, I'd be open to surprises personally. Denmark have performed pretty well so far. That run and gun from Sevenlicious, very, very aggressive. And up against the AKs, now with a USP in hand, I don't know how she's going to get out of this. Now, it's spraying away. Marie going to take a lot of damage for her troubles, but it's the MP9 she's up against. That nade, oh, she's barely alive. If you literally just blow a bit of wind onto her, she will fall. But now there's 3 players up against her. That MP9's not going to be able to do much. Sig Image getting that trade, and now Pop, we're here in a 3-on-3, but now it's Giuliano in this position with a FAMAS.
Maybe not the best weapon in the game, but everyone is stacked up on the side of Denmark. And also Zaz, she got herself into a pretty good position here with the MP9, but she's going to keep pushing, and she's going to find all of those skills. Zaz,
No
perfect flank there with the MP9 out of all of the guns, and that's 13 for Sweden. That's a hard pill to swallow for Denmark. And they're going to play the pistols. It was just so well played out. I don't know how Sevenlicious is allowed there to get a second kill with a USP. That's actually insane. Just maybe they expected her to go back to reposition towards the, you know, safer position, but wasn't really the case. 2 mollies towards mid just to stop the fast play from Denmark. That won't stop them, but they're playing with the pistols, and they can actually overwhelm Jenkin and Con, and they're not going to go towards Con. They're going to bathrooms. They don't check the left side. Oh, Lena, not the cleanest spray, but she's going to make it work. And with the USP, we'll take down Zig Image. And that is a flawless round from Sweden. 14 on the board. Denmark. If there's ever a moment to start winning rounds, this is the moment.
Yeah, they need rounds so badly. I'm not going to be surprised if they forgo the ecos. If they don't go for ecos and they just go straight for the forces, it's understandable because there's so many rounds away that they can't afford to give up an eco at this point. That's just the main problem with having such a poor CT half on a map like Overpass. Just really unfortunate. We'll see Molotov's dropped. It's a peek through. Sigimage going to get challenged at M4. Going to fire off a little bit of a warning shot, but not going to find anything thus far. He's just dropping in, doing plenty of damage. The Heaven player has been spotted, but she's spamming through, doing more damage on the Zing Image. She's down to 23, but Neye is holding the correct angle. This is a very good hold out here. That flash is going to be fantastic. Neye, no chance. Josephine, though, immediate recant right back on the server. Yankin and Zaz finding those frags, and Sweden are in a perfect position here to take map point here. Challenging up on the players up in Con. Lena to take down Ramson. Marie just a single chest shot away from falling. They should be done. Danae putting her down to 2. That's insult to injury at this point. Not even seeing her. Lena doesn't even have to do much. Sweden now with 10 map points.
You know, as I said in the group stage, Sweden, they lost 5 rounds in each of those best of ones, and Are they about to go back to the same thing? You know, it was such a dominating performance from Sweden. Yes, they might have lost some rounds when they were on the T side, and at least one of those rounds was overzealousness, but it's just Denmark couldn't really get a lot out of this one. And look at that, Schenken just being aggressive with the op. Oh, misses the second shot. Almost had it even, but she's gonna go down with a ship there. Gonna be taken out as Denmark. They're all over the map here, just trying to get map control, but long hasn't been checked just yet. Giuliano's paying attention to that angle. In the meantime, in short, they have the map control. Zaz got herself under connector, so Sig Image, nice headshot onto Seven Licious, and now there's a lot of pressure onto Zaz. Do you look in towards Khan? Do you still hang on to Monster? Neye finds Giuliano. It's a 4-on-2. Still need to be careful here, Denmark. The round is still not over. Oh, and Zaz actually changes positions at a perfect time because, oh, she turns around. Zaz. She's going to go down to Josephine, and now it's all down to Lena. 1-on-4. Chose the right site. They spot the head towards the Monster, and she takes down Marie, but she's going to be peeked by 3 players at the same time. And Denmark will get 6, but as you pointed out, it was 10. Now it's only 9, but it is 9 map points.
Can't really do much about it. A lot of teams would be thinking about the next map at this point. Could be the case for Denmark, considering that this isn't their map pick. They might be thinking, shifting towards Vertigo, shifting their minds there. Anything that they get here on forward is a little bit of a bonus. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to keep on trying, really, until the end. We'll just have to wait and see what will happen here. We'll just see the normal old utility being thrown out by Denmark. That op is going to find a kill. I could tell by the way she was tracking her through that smoke and catching her head on the top of it. Look at this aggressive maneuver out from Sweden. They're going to push on forward. It's a 1-for-1, but that advantage is maintained in the hands of Denmark. The bodies are still towards the B side. They're starting to shift over and rotate towards A. Sig Image going to provide a little bit of sound, and those wall bangs again, they have been just a thorn in the side of this Danish side. Just taking down their HP before they really can get into action. This is going to be really exciting. Lena into this battle. Sig Image, gun not in hand. She's going to be taken down. A flash to peek on through. It's Giuliano to challenge for this. She's not expecting this right side player. It'll have to be a flick, but she's turned around. Could be good for the first. Even gets a headshot. And the second. This is huge out from Giuliano. What a way to close things out. That's an unbelievable round to be able to get this victory on map number 1. Pop, I feel like my prediction still stands.
Yeah, I mean, you did change towards Sweden there at the end, but you know, it was wow, what a play from Giuliano there. That's a very nice triple to end the map in favor of Sweden. And now with that kind of a start, you know, yes, it might not have been your map pick, Denmark, but you need a very strong Vertigo here to contest the position that Sweden are coming from, because that was very one-sided. I mean, yes, you got yourself 6 rounds, but most of the time it was, I know this sounds bad, but just bear with me. It was Sweden losing the rounds instead of Denmark winning them, if it makes sense, right? It was some team and individual mistakes from Sweden that led to the rounds being won by Denmark. And then again, it wasn't their own map pick, but they need on their own map pick an insanely good performance.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a worry for me as well, because Zaz wasn't like the only one performing. You know, up against Bulgaria yesterday and plenty of times in the group stages, it was only Zaz really performing. She got 39 kills yesterday in about 27 rounds of Counter-Strike on a map. So if they're able to, you know, destroy a team like that and have Zaz not online, like, well, she is obviously online. She's still performing really well. It's just that she's not like the only one performing really well. That is a bit of a worrying prospect. And well, at least it is their map pick. Maybe they have something in store. But like I said, some of these players individually have dismantled this Danish side on Vertigo. But that is a while back. Maybe things are different next time around. But that is going to be map number 2. We're going to head things to a short break. And when we're back, we'll carry on the action of this best of 3.
one purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory.
Enemy spotted.
They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, international esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, international esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
welcome back. There's been a slight technical issue here. That's why we didn't get to start that fast. And also, there is a change on the team of Sweden. Jenkin is not playing anymore, and Monkey is. So we'll see how that goes for them, right? Because they had a very good first map. So maybe, maybe that was because of the technical issue. They had to swap a player around. So we'll see how Monkey does, because of course Sweden will be looking to get the second map on the board for themselves as well and try and close it out as soon as possible. But Denmark, are they going to allow that? I don't think so. Oh, Sevenlicious falling back, still takes down Rams and still stays alive. Giuliano behind the sandbags, and they have to check that position, surely. Oh, they didn't. Oh, Giuliano getting the bomb down. That's Josephine also going down. Zig Image will surprise Giuliano, and Zaz didn't expect someone to check behind, even though Neye was fully on running. They seem pretty committed towards this A site. It seems like they do want to play into this one, whatever happens. And Sevenlicious, she's been dinged. 7 HP. Almost going down here. Will trying to duck down, hiding her head, and still a couple of players towards Ivy. The flash is in, but Lena, she can still see because she was in front of the flash. Not the best. Oh, she runs out of bullets. Thankfully, Monkey still had some in the chamber there in Sweden. Wait, never mind. I think Lena was just shooting. We were hearing the clicking sound. I think Lena just actually used all of her bullets, not only in the mag, but in in the reserve as well. But yeah, Sweden, they managed to get the best round. Wasn't the cleanest round, but they get it done.
Yeah, they get off to the races. And as per usual, the buy for the CTs isn't all too great after the pistol round victory. Because those weapons are a lot more expensive on that CT side, but that nade is going to be huge. Oh, all these players so low HP after all that. Get back into the battle here, and Lena gets to an absolute decimation in the ramp side. Sweden, they take that round with any repercussions, any casualties. They'll take a second. And of course, with a clean round like that, they will have, some of these FAMASs, these MP9s brought over. And that's going to be, I would say, a bonus round. It's a bonus round from here on through. So Denmark, this is their opportunity. But Sweden, on the other hand, winning this round, like I said, would be a bonus and would just propel themselves forward. They're up against AKs. Utility here on Denmark, not at a maximum, but still at a decent amount to say that it's not going to affect them all too much.
Ramsden took down Sevenlicious already. He was through the smoke there. Giuliano just trying to pre-fire all of those angles. Gonna throw the smoke to use as the one way. And oh, that is a very tight angle that she spotted Ramsden through. Down to 5 HP, almost taking her down with the FAMAS. They're trying to make a move into B main as well. There wasn't the boost there, so the molly wouldn't really affect anyone. Giuliano taken down by Ramsden, but took down Zig Image. Still player advantage for the side of Denmark and Zaz. She surely hears all of those steps there. Keeping Monkey pretty close to her. Just to make sure that he has some help. Marie, that's a nice headshot onto Zaz. And the execution will go on, although the molly there's a pretty good amount of damage to Marie. Monkey. Oh, interesting angle there. I don't think Marie spotted her. Oh, she should now. 43, but some damage dealt to Marie as well. And the nade coming through. That's going to be enough to take down Marie. That's the bomb down. And Lena swings out a little bit more. Oh, Lena finding only one kill, but now Josephine is down to 20. So Monkey, she has a chance into this one with the MP9. Just going to hide next to the smoke, wait for the smoke to fade, and then going to play the round. The Josephine is looking straight at her. Nice shot there. Well, the Josephine, can she get another weapon or will she stay? She's going to stay with the MP9. Smoke up the bomb. Tap it. And Neye gets the headshot just in time. That was so close. Nice try there for Monkey. But it's still going to be Denmark claiming their first round.
Very good round.
No, it seems like Jenkin has a match to play. Sorry,
yeah,
there. Yeah, she has a match to play, so that's why she can't play anymore.
Up against Incilio, so Probably just
Yep.
wanted to play that. Well, I think it's because you have priority for the organization that you play for. So that's why they probably tried that. That's why the game starts earlier so that they can actually have at least one map being played with Jenkin. So maybe this map is where Denmark are able to find the mark, considering that they have a little bit of an altered lineup in this one. But you know, this change in the timetable was, you know, requested yesterday, so they were probably ready to play with Monkey anyway. So I don't
Yeah.
think that this should affect too much in this series, but maybe it will. But she's been performing pretty well so far. Sa's in this position now, looking for two players that are looking to boost on up. And are they going to check this position? Yes, they are. But yeah, that immediate dink up makes things so hard to get a secondary frag on that. So they'll get started with a bit of an advantage here as Ramzin gets another frag onto the board. So pretty interesting to see how this one pans out as Giuliano right in front of the smoke. We'll see how Denmark decides to play things. That's ahead spotted. Marie's able to find that frag, and now a 2-on-4 situation as Sweden now have this, kind of shaky setup. They'll decide to play together and reconvene, but there's already a flank coming in for Denmark. This will be completely unexpected for Sweden, it seems. I rotate on in. The flashes are good. Forces Lina off the angle. Both players looking to peek out at the same time, but that smoke does impede their vision. Monkey's able to get that kill, but there's a player on the right side up on the edge of the smoke. Now 1-on-3 as Neye just perforates the skull of Monkey. No problem. And Denmark, they'll take the round. They'll tie things up at 2 apiece.
Into an eco they go here, Sweden. So let's see what the eco can get done here. Maybe just stack a site, try and take some weapons off of the side of Denmark, or use this to try and get a little bit more insight or how they play, right? Which way can you aggress, which way you need to be passive, which way they tend to play towards. Seems like mid was completely open, so they got themselves behind Denmark, but surely they heard them. 3 USPs behind, and Zaz takes down Neye, but that's the only kill they got so far. There's a lot of trades there from Denmark. And sold down to 7 Luscious, single USP. Smoke already deployed, just waiting for it to fade here. 7 Luscious trying to get some more damage done. A headshot, Josephine takes her out onto Maria as well, I think. But of course, it's going to be Zig Image and Ramzin to hang on to the site here. And for a second there, we saw the moment before disaster struck. Or not disaster, but when the AK was shot. As Denmark get themselves in the lead, but Sweden will get their buy up. So let's see how this one looks for Sweden.
Yeah, this should look fine for them. I feel like in the first 2 rounds, of course, they won the pistol and the conversion, but Denmark had the better buy, arguably, in those 3 rounds. So this is going to be a full real test now for Denmark this time around. We'll see what they are able to bring to the table. A little bit more utility on this side. 3 players in ramp for Denmark, a player in mid, a player in towards B. So the typical setup on Vertigo for the T side, leaning towards this A ramp side, just for that map control. It is a bit of a choke point for a lot of teams, or for this map in general. Bomb hasn't committed anywhere just yet, so there is a little bit of variation that they can provide. 7licious is probably going to get flashed in here for the peak. Sig Image already creeping her way on in. That's a head spot of 7licious. He's going to start spraying away. Probably wearing out that there's more players in that area. So we'll back off along with their teammates. 3 of them in the A-bomb side. Flash over. Sig Image should take Lina. She pushes the long side. There's more from where that came. Gonna peek on in, but 7licious to get that trade. A good shot. Giuliano, this is so aggressive, and I'm loving it. Getting that kill into Josephine, snatching that advantage away. But look at his plan for Neye. She turns around at the worst time possible. That is so unfortunate. Now 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Ramson with a belabored spray. Doesn't find that. Giuliano not able to find that, but she does get 1 in the end. Now a 1-on-3, a very tall task, especially with 20 seconds on the clock. They try to shift the attention of Sweden towards mid. They did so successfully, but the numbers were decimated. This made things so hard. Damage dealt. Monkey down to 2 HP, but there's more players that she has to come up against, and they're in such good positions, and she's just gonna have to save here. She does have the money to save to justify this, so no problem in the end for her going into the next round with a bye. But that's a brilliant executed round out for Sweden. But I feel like fortune was on their side at the same time.
Well, it's a tough situation for both teams here. We're all equal, and the economy's not looking good for either of those two. So, let's see how this one plays out. Of course, the map pick of Denmark. So they're expected to do a lot better than the first map here. I wouldn't expect to see a very one-sided start from Sweden, as we've seen on Overpass. But Denmark, they get themselves up the ramp here. Oh, that smoke did fail, so that doesn't really help out anyone. Giuliano, though, looking for a chance to get the M4 shots off Marie. Nice headshot onto Giuliano. That could start the action. That could be the tipping point, because there's only a couple of players left on the site here. That Molly didn't reach the destination, but there's no one behind the sandbags, thankfully for them. Marie finding another kill here, doing a lot of damage, although she reloads, and Lena will take that chance to take her out. Sig image finds the kill onto Lena, and right now it's a 4-on-2. Monkey and Zaz gonna really go for this retake here. It's a 2-on-4. It's a very hard situation. Now that we haven't seen 2-on-4s so far, but it was mostly because the overzealousness of the Swedish side. Zaz finding a kill. Monkey, she had the crosshair onto Ramzan, but hesitated, or maybe she didn't really see her. Of course, we can see a lot better being on the spectating side, but that's the fort for Denmark and Sweden. They have to play the pistols once again.
Been a very close past few rounds between both sides. Sweden and Denmark not being in a great state economically. You know, Denmark's still not up to speed. I feel like they're not at a maximum where their economy can be. You know, some players lacking residual cash, but it is no problem considering that Sweden aren't with any money at all having to take an eco, and especially on that CT side where it's going to be very costly. This boost up position looking to possibly get a few frags of some sorts, and Zaz already pushing forward as well, looking to make something happen herself. We'll see Marie push on forward. Sevenlicious taking off the boost, and Marie does take Zaz down to a 5-on-3 start. Good situation underway. Sig image, they're cleaning this one up one by one. This is what you love to see. More frags on the way. Damage already dealt. Nade to take her down. Monkey even gets one with the USP, and Lena as well. And that low HP could have made things a little bit closer, but in the end, Denmark, they keep things safe. They have safe hands. Good jobs with the AKs, and no problem for them in the end.
Yeah, you know, better start here. Now, Tiddler, would you say this map is T-side or CT-side? Because I find it hard to call.
It's not really either. It's like, it just depends how you play it. You know, it's one of those maps. It's a little bit more balanced, I feel. Because, like, if you don't take map control, then it's completely CT-sided. But then if you do, it kind of shifts into your favor at the same time. And we never really get to see teams consistently do that. And there goes Josephine taking Giuliano. And that's why the percentages for this map are pretty close for CT and T side. It's not really too much of an issue. Like, I don't think we should go into Vertigo seeing, you know, the percentages of sides. We have to see the T side first. I always look at the T side, and usually if they have a good performance on that T side, it judges a lot on how this game is going to go. And Denmark have not failed to impress. They've done a brilliant job on this T side. Josephine getting another, as per usual. And the guns are back out for Sweden, but they have no money. They'll be down to an eco once more if they lose this. And Denmark, they're piling the pressure onto them. They're looking good to winning this round. And mind you, Sweden have been stacking numbers towards the A bomb site. We'll just see how this one comes through.
Yeah, and yeah, I was looking over the statistics from the previous 12 months, and it's like 49.7 on CT side, 50.3 on T side. So that's basically split down the middle, right? But I think that the teams that do really well on this map, they do really well on the T side as well. Exactly as you said, you need a lot of map control for this to work. And Denmark, maybe they're not taking a lot of map control towards the other parts of the map, but towards A, they're getting themselves onto the ramp, they're getting the headshots, they're getting the kills. So not having an easy job there, Sweden, right? Not having the easiest of situations, but we'll see where this one goes, right? Because I wouldn't really put it past Sweden to actually have a pretty good T side themselves. It's just the fact they need a little bit more of a defense here, a little bit of a solid defense. Maybe calling for a tactical timeout wouldn't be the worst of ideas here, right? Because just get and there we go. There's the tactical timeout. Talk with the coach a little bit, see what he can bring to the table, and with that, use that to try and stop Denmark from pushing in. I feel like Sweden could try to be a little bit more aggressive, right? But not overly aggressive. Just taking the fights and ramp, right? Because they have the individual skill to do that. So I would say if they don't actually do that a lot, it's something they lose out on. But right now, they do have to eco it out. So I guess into this one, maybe Lena to take down a quick peek towards ramp with the op. Maybe that's one of the options. Do they have a smoke? I guess they can just buy one. Yeah, there we go.
I don't know. Half bite. EWP into the mix. We'll see how this one pans through for the Swedish side. But I don't really know how this one's going to pan out early on. Of course, they've made a lot of concessions. Maybe that AWP and that rifle can't come into use. That's where they would find a lot of success. We'll see Lena holding this offline. Oh, that flash is perfect. Now that information is away that there's an op there, now that Deagle is going to ring through. Not going to ring true. And Mary now going to play it safe. She's going to back away. She doesn't want to challenge what could possibly be a stack. But Lena's pushing up forward. I don't know if she has this. Look at the crosshair placement from Ramson as well. And she's going to find the headshot up out of the picture. Switching for her, well-known Big Green. Getting quite a bit of damage onto 7. She's down to 7 HP. Now, advantage in the hands of Denmark as they are going to pave their way onto the A bomb site once more, and they have no chance here. Probably wanting to save the M4 at this point here, Pop.
Yeah, surely that's the best play, but it seems like they still want to go for this one. I mean, they could still buy up even if they lose the M4, but it's just 3 extra money. Josephine taking down 7 Licious. Zig Image finds a kill onto Monkey, and Zaz, she still goes for some more exit kills here. Trying to deal as much damage as she can, but she's going to be taken down by Zig Image as well. Flawless round for Denmark, and that's going to help out their economy a whole lot. And with that, Sweden will buy up, but no op this time for them. So, maybe it was better just to get both of the weapons onto one single site, try and play it out like that, and then the pistols can come in a little bit later, but yeah, it wasn't really the case. They still went, even though it was a 3-on-5, basically, and not with the best weaponry. Strongly advise against that, but now, as we got ourselves into round 11, Sweden, yeah, they do have a bye, but already tagged up a little bit from the util, and Ramson finds the kill into Lena.
That's a fantastic start to find, especially with that op as well. That hasn't really gotten a lot of love here on Vertigo. That A ramp side is where we do see, a lot of the action for the AWP, and they've gotten off to a flying start into that one, getting that first kill. But it's completely been slowed down. They just want to play the advantage, get that information. They are a man up. You don't want to go too far into things. Just relax for a little moment. reevaluate the options. We'll see them now congregate together. Now, venture up the A ramp. Marie's going to be the one tasked, of course, to lurk and hold the B bomb site. Shut down anyone who's decided to flank in Sweden. They just haven't taken initiative, and that boost gets plucked out of the air completely. Giuliano, goodbye. And Marie says goodbye to Zaz as well. That duo out of the picture, Monkey, and now Sevenlicious looking to recover, but they're all both on opposite ends of the map. And Sevenlicious, this is going to have to be so insane if she wants to hold this down, but it's going to be Monkey here on the B-bomb side, and she's already locked out. The smoke dropped as well. And now it's looking like it's going to be that bomb going down, and this is done. We don't see Sweden surely getting back into this. It kind of has to be handed over towards them. There are, you know, players not in position just yet. There's a low HP player that could possibly be utilized. But Marie holding it down. Now down to 1-on-3. Monkey says, enough of that. We'll just get out of there. Hand this one over. And this is looking really good here. Pop an 8 on the board for Denmark. This is starting to slide right into their favor.
Yeah, you know, you could make the case that the save should have even came as soon as they were only 2 players left alive against 4. I mean, yeah, they got 1 more kill, but that's 1 less weapon. You know, and they could have dropped a couple of weapons. Actually, could have gotten another buy in. I think now they're going to go for a half buy. It's very smartly checked there by Zigam, and she's playing so well. She's had a very good game in the first map as well. And into this one, she's up, what? Let me check. It's she only got 9 kills, but I guess everyone from Denmark's side is delivering right now. We've seen kills from Josephine, from Marie, from Ranzen, from Neye. So yeah, they're doing really well in their own map pick. Sweden, you know, they're so far struggling on this map, and you know, maybe it's not their cup of tea, but it's still a good amount of rounds until we get to 15. Still 4 more. Now we can see 7 from the side of Sweden, but Monkey had a nice push in, but she didn't check all of those angles, so we do lose the opening kill to Denmark, starting things off with a 5-on-4. But now Denmark, they're slowly making their way up the ramp. They're going to have to deal with an M4 and a Deagle. So it seems like the team bought up, but Zaz didn't. It's more of a half buy, I guess, because they should still have enough money for the next round. Or maybe she's just ecoing for an op to give to her teammate. Oh, Ramsden, slow peek with the op, takes down Lena. When does Zaz speak? That's the question. She could find a double kill. Oh, wow, okay. That's a nice drive-by from Giuliano. Zaz didn't get the kill, but Giuliano got the double kill, almost line 2 up. A lot of damage. Now he's down to Sevenlicious. But this one is actually possible. If she takes down Marie, then it's very scary for Denmark. And not a lot of time left. They're not expecting her to be towards Ivy. She's going to deny the bomb plan. And now with 13 seconds left, you really want to peek here. It's going lower and lower the time. Oh, she spotted the offer. She gets the Ramsden down, and now there's no more time. Sevenlicious. She won the round for Sweden.
I can't believe it, Pop. What a round that is. What a play. She had to make a move on, and she made the correct move every single time, waiting for that bomb to go down. Denmark hadn't a clue, hadn't a notion where she was, and that was perfectly executed, perfectly played by her. Playing the time, she knew what she wanted, had the information, and that's so well played out from Sevenlicious. Props to her, kudos to her for that. And now Sweden, maybe this is their chance to get back up and running. And there was plenty of other players that were getting into the action as well. Yeah, Giuliano doing a bit of a drive-by. Oh, but Ramsden with that AWP underway, taking Lena down, and they're off to a flying start once more.
You know, yeah, they might have won a round, but the half is still going on. This half is not yet done. Losing the opening kill there. You know, not a very good start for Sweden. But we've seen a disadvantageous situation into the previous round as well. It was a 1-on-3. And 7licious still won that round. Nay, oh. If she took down 7licious there, that would have been the end of the round. But now it's still open for debate. As 7licious gets herself back towards the B site. They're getting ready to execute on this B site. And Giuliano is slowly repositioning. Molly's as well. 7licious will just wait for... She's waiting for a flash, but the flash will not blind her. 7licious getting the first kill. Repositioning. This is so smart. Oh, can she get more? That's the question. Everyone is stuck behind the white box. 7licious goes down. Zaz with a double kill. Now it's a one-on-one between her and the Opera, and she spotted out the Opera. Ramson, she got herself an AK, and she couldn't close it out. Zaz will win it for Sweden. So it's just those clutch situations that start to work out for Sweden. Got themselves up to 5. A couple more left out of this first half, and we could see an 8-7 half. Especially if this round is not won by Denmark, because it's going to be a little bit of an awkward buy into the next one, but they should still be okay. They had so much money in the bank.
They did indeed. Sweden still, as was noted, and no money. They want to take this one fast, to switch up away from their slow pace. But they've been stopped in their tracks. Pretty close from economic instability themselves, Denmark, especially going into round number 15. Smoke dropped. Just chilling and waiting a bit. Not moving. Not too much. So they faked kind of going fast, but then they've immediately slowed down Denmark. Kind of a complete polar opposite of each other. Juxtaposing the set of all that flashes. Beautiful, but they're going for more. Zaz has actually gotten 2. So they take that advantage, and even more so because it's a 4-on-3 rather than a 5-on-4. So less players to find, but there's less players on their side. But they're committing towards A. Lina, I don't know if she's going to peek on forward. Giuliano's gotten that long kill, so now there's a trade on forward, and Monkey sprays through the smoke, gets that frag. Now Ramson in a 1-on-3. That's going to be heard, so Ramson knows that there's one player in that position. Going to replant in a different spot. That off spam is not going to be there. And then P9 to find absolute closure in the end. 6-8 now. And look at the money here for Denmark. Not going to be all too great. And a 7-8 scoreline looms over the head of Sweden.
They got a bomb planted, so that's a little extra money. But what's the play? I think the play is Zigamage drops for Marie, and there's no op. Yeah, there's not going to be an op for the side of Denmark. I think they were contemplating of Zigamage dropping an op to Ramson and Marie just playing with whatever she can afford, but it's going to go for full-on AKs. And you know, Sweden, they came back really well into this first half. It was looking a little bit hopeless for them, right? But they got themselves up to 6, could even get to 7. Wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world, especially how Denmark, they have a little bit more limited utility. So let's see how this one pans out for the Danish side. And their own map pick started off really well on the T side, but oh, the double nade, 7licious down to 43. Some free damage dealt there by the side of Denmark. Ramson, she's by herself towards ramp, and oh, she's seen the head of Zaz, but Zaz just expects Ramson to be there. The pre-fire through the smoke. And that's the free opener. And Sweden found into the last round of the first half. Zigamage. Did she take down Zaz? No, she's going to disengage. Smartly so. No reason to be that aggressive. You got the info. It's going to re-peek though. And she's not going to see anyone. Even the flash won't bait her out, so 7licious by herself with only 43 HP. But she's still hiding basically in the same position. And this smoke is actually very good. It covers the way that they can go towards her. Although the spam through the smoke, Zigamage will take down Monkey. And there's a double from Zigamage. But Lena answers with a kill with the op. 20 seconds left. Should be enough to plant the bomb. Molly is not going through, but there's a flank. They're already behind them. There's a couple of players. Zaz peeks by herself. Giuliano will be the second one to strike. Oh, but it will be in the end. Giuliano peeking in first, and Marie, she took down the Opper. but she's still in 1-on-2. Nice hit shot onto Zaz, 4 bullets, but Giuliano sticking the defuse, and that's it. That's the 7th round for Sweden. What a comeback, 4 rounds in a row, and it's going to be an 8-7, still favoring Denmark, but it was an 8-3 here. A lot of important rounds here taken back by Sweden as they will change onto the T side.
Yeah, Sweden really keeping themselves alive, and it's kind of reading like the percentages that you were saying earlier. It's literally 50-50. We did discuss things. It's gonna be fairly close, and 8-7 scoreline at the end of the half. Fast pistol run out from Sweden. They start to run on in. Josephine gonna find the first, gonna cause another player to drop off. This is a very uncoordinated attack out for Sweden, but maybe the damage from the Glocks are able to find something. Josephine with 2, 7licious to find right back, but Giuliano finding another, and there it is. Denmark, they'll take the round. A very fast pistol round, but they hit their shots, and there's a flank already there to pierce them in the side as well.
You know, the start as they needed here, Denmark. Get the confidence back, get the ball rolling again. Sweden, gonna go for a full eco. Didn't get to plant the bomb, so there's no reason to force up here. Not gonna be a good force anyway, so just eco it out, play with the Glocks. If you get a couple of kills here, and the bomb plan is just more than enough, right? Although I do remember that that round that we've seen, the Glock win round. Can't remember which teams were playing in that game, but yeah. Marie, she was hurt there, dropping down from the wooden plank, and quick shoulder peek there. The boost though, Josephine, she could find the bomb carrier. Oh, actually Lena spotted her. They're gonna go towards the A side, which is very hard to overtake here. Monkey does take down Zig image. Josephine runs out of bullets, and now, oh, they can't get the bomb planted because the molly came in. 7licious, she has an M4. It's not scary yet, right? It's not scary. She has an M4, but she has no armor, so she's gonna go down. But they got a couple of kills, so there's at least some economical damage. Denmark will be very happy in reaching double digits first, but Sweden, they will get themselves the weapons out. So let's see how the weapons, the weapon round looks like, because that's a lot more important than some ecos or the pistol round.
Double digits found by Denmark. A few more, and they're going to be able to put themselves in a brilliant position that kind of just puts the pressure onto Sweden, makes things a little bit more difficult to make the comeback happen. You know, when it's the first half, you don't have that pressure, but in the second half, when it's the time of closing things out, that's when the pressure starts to come on in. And props to Monkey, you know, she's coming on pretty short notice, and she's had a very impressive, you know, and a very impressive performance out from her. And there she is in the kill feed, engraving her name on in, getting the first headshot through. Off to a 5-on-4 start to get underway. And yeah, here we are, Ramson. Just gonna be on that side. Giuliano gonna get taken down, but there's 2 kills there. This is a brilliant play, a trading game out from Sweden. And yeah, Pop, this is I feel like it's already done, but maybe Denmark have something in store.
Marie. Oh, it's actually going to be Josephine taking down Monkey. Marie was spamming through the smoke, but she didn't find anything. The bomb has been planted, but it's still a 3-on-2 favoring Sweden. Just the fact that Zaz she was hanging around the bottom of ramp. She got a lot of info. There is no flank coming through, but they're going to look towards Ivy as well, and that is very smart because Marie is trying to get some info out of there. Oh, Josephine. 7licious. She missed the shot. Zaz now in a 1-on-2. She's going to clutch it up. And Sweden, they're going to get themselves the buy round. But that got so close. Oh, God, 7licious. You're not allowed to miss like that. You were in the perfect position to strike, to take down the players. She could have taken down both of them because they didn't check sandbags.
Oh,
That was
Very,
close.
very close. Very close, and it shouldn't have been. Reminds me of that overpass 2-on-4 situation that was kind of thrown away. Just got to be a little bit careful on some of these rounds here, Sweden, because if it gets out of hand, you can't get your economy under wraps. Their economy is pretty bad here right now. They're actually on par with Denmark in terms of their economy. It's just that they have the guns into this round. Denmark are doing plenty of damage to the Swedish side. They've done a fantastic job of dismantling them. Zaz, I don't know if she's going to be able to survive up against this Deagle. I don't think she can. She's not checking this. Oh no! Marie! She was very, very close to falling just there. Oh my goodness, and the 5-7 finding another. This is falling apart here for Sweden. And there's another player on the right side that they haven't checked. You need to check your corners. I cannot believe it. It's just leave no stone unturned, and they're starting to just leave these corners untouched. Josephine with another. It's now a 1-on-3 for 7licious. It's gonna have to be an ace clutch. I can't believe it now. A 1-on-3 situation on board. Marie gonna peek on through. 7licious gonna be dropped down into the ramp side, trying to find something. That bomb first needs to be retrieved. And again, this flank is gonna be that play that kind of almost seals the deal. She's waiting a little bit too long. Could buy a little bit enough time for that flank to start to get effective. Makes a little bit of noise. That's information. She just shows her hand at this point. 30 seconds remaining. There's no opportunity to save. Well, she can't save. It's just that the rest of the squad, I don't know how the buy will be for them. It will be a little bit shaky on a few players, but now she'll peek on through. That's a head spotted. That's a beautiful first kill to find. Now in a 1-on-2, a smoke to siphon off these angles and a plant to come on through. That could keep things safe, but oh, she knew. She could hear the plant just off to the right, and that's a good awareness being brought through by Marie to ensure that round. 11-8 scoreline being found here by Denmark, starting to edge themselves closer to that finishing line, and they did it with a force buy as well. Pretty impressive, or an eco at that, or force buy.
Yeah, you know, it should have been an easy round for the side of Sweden, right? But Denmark, they just had very good positions, and the headshots just came through from the pistols and the MP9. As you pointed out, you need to check your corners in those situations. So let's see how it goes for the pistols for Sweden right now. I doubt it's going to be going as good as Denmark's, because first of all, they don't have the armor, and second of all, you have to attack the sites. You can't really hide into a corner, and if the enemy doesn't check you, you're going to get that kill. So again, for all of those ecos, just getting a double kill, or well, I should say a couple of kills, it is good enough, right? It is good enough. Although with a bomb plan, you're going to get a little bit more money. Josephine, nice headshot to Lena. Now he's down to Monkey and Giuliano. There's a couple of headshots from the Deagle here. He should be feeling okay about it as they're slowly moving up the ramp. Do they check sandbags though? Because if they do, Josephine, she has no idea someone can be there. So Giuliano is actually looking in this direction. Will she check it fully? No, she won't. So yeah, there's Josephine getting an easy shot on Zig Image. Will take down Monkey. So Denmark, a flawless round as expected and as they needed, you know, to get their economy going. 12-8. Sweden will be able to buy up once again.
Yep. 12-8. Denmark putting a lot of pressure. And Sweden, this is starting to run away from them completely. They're losing rounds that I feel like that they shouldn't have lost, like that round 2 rounds ago. That would have broken the economy of Denmark, and that would have put themselves on level pegging possibly. And we'll see this spray through. Well, it's very, very quiet round. And now the Molotov going to be dropped into the back right section. Got players up in the B-bomb side as well. Spread it all across the board. There's players up in the ramp. You're number 21. It's been so quiet. I feel like this passivity up from Sweden isn't the greatest option. You know, Denmark, they're just ready for whatever is coming through. But maybe this time, something else is going to happen. 7ish is her. Backpack is going to be spotted. And there it is. It's going to be Giuliano up with this boost. I don't know who's going to get caught off here. I really don't. Monkey now looking to call off that rotate. There's that opening kill. 7ish with another. Now the A and B bomb sites can be exploited. And that's a beautiful play. Just a split through. And there it is. That's going to be it. A 4-on-1 now. Josephine can't come back into this round. The bomb will go down. There's no way in hell Sweden are going to throw this one away. This is theirs for the taking. They'll take a 9th on the board.
And you know, Tiddler, just while we get to see Josephine saving here, indulging a little bit in the conversation. Personally, I would love to see all of the teams for all the games make it to the LAN, but you know, that's probably gonna take you know, probably the LAN should be extended by a month or something like that, considering how many teams are in different games, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be fun, you know, it would be fun, but I guess that's not, you know, that's not realistically possible with everything going on.
It's not just that. It's just that the scene, I don't think, is big enough yet. We're still seeing, you know, a lot of disparity between, you know, the sides, and we have to balance that between the amount of teams that we can bring to the LAN. So at the end of the day, it's very difficult, and I think they've done a good job of keeping things through, especially in its international. The international events are going to be like a lot weaker than, you know, the normal squads, because when you have that normal squad, that's the team that you're going to be playing with 24/7. This is a team that you play with like for a couple of weeks in the year. So, you know, it's just really difficult to make a very fair format that kind of is the best of both worlds. You know, these events aren't like your, you know, IM Colognes and stuff like that, but we're going to get back into the action though. We'll hold that thought for just a moment, because Neye gets a good opening kill, and Monkey just putting pressure in mid. She's done a good job. She's done a fantastic job of just cutting off the rotates. We'll see a 5-on-4 situation. Rams in. She's over there. There's the player in the backside. Neye does get taken down. Monkey in an elevated position. Flicks back down, gets that frag, gets her pick in now. Giuliano closing out that B bomb site, and there it is. That's the opening they needed. Zigimish out, the whole thing's down, and Josephine as well. You can't hand things back in their favor like that. Again, Sweden just getting a little bit overzealous. And now that is a very, very difficult situation now you have yourself in. Giuliano's on low HP. She's entered so many battles, and she's not relenting. She's continuing to peek on forward. And that could be the downfall here for the Swedish side. Lina is going to be the point man. And she gets tagged down by that as well. This is so difficult. If this goes awry, if this goes astray, it's going to be so difficult. That's going to be a hold out for Giuliano. There's a trade on forward. Lina now spraying through. This battle is going to be so important. She gets it at the nick of time. Way much closer than it should have been. Way much closer, Pop. And, well, they get a 10th round, but by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, exactly. And just quickly going back onto your point there. Yeah, exactly. It's just, unless you're playing with people from the same country as you're, yeah, as you said, you're probably going to play with out for like 2 weeks out of the year with these team, and then just go back to your team. And yeah, you know, it can turn into a nice story, but it's just, as you said, the disparity, of course. We've seen a lot of 16 fives. Oh, wait. Oh, this is scary. Giuliano, actually, never mind. She actually gets the 8. That was so scary, because they overwhelmed them, and Giuliano, she was scared a little bit. She didn't expect them. Yeah, exactly. But then she gets a collat. She just gets the kill on the player behind, which is always tilting. But yeah, she saves the day. It got really scary for a second there, but Sweden, and especially Giuliano getting the ace there, saved the day. And 12-11, Denmark had a pretty good chance of surprising them there, and they did, but they didn't get the kills. They only got 1. So right now they will be having the money. It was a very fast anti-eco. Zaz, the flash was perfect from her teammate, but she only took down Marie. Josephine, she's being tagged down as well. And can she be overwhelmed? Giuliano's by herself here, but maybe she gets the headshot. A nice reaction, getting the kill there, but didn't expect the third player. That's Neye getting the trade, and that's a 3-on-3.
Just a 3-on-3, and Monkey as well. That AK-47 looking to get on in, and Monkey slices through her skull. And 7licious opening up the A bomb site. They've been continuing to get these openings in these past few rounds. And now it's Neye all alone. Gotta be careful, because Monkey, of course, is up in this position. Neye creeping forward, just checking that there's no one pushing up way too far, and Monkey to find it in the end. Sweden are very, very aggressive towards the post plants. They're passive at the start, and then they just explode up afterwards when they get the plant. You can see how some rounds were close. You could even see it on Overpass, where they kind of threw that 2-on-4 that I've been keeping on saying, and then that prior round where Lina had to go into a clutch situation. But at the end, as long as Sweden are getting the rounds, that's what's most important. But it's not really great for the economy if they keep dying. But they're getting the groove of things. They're not dying all too much. They forced Denmark into a tactical pause. This is a perfect chance here for Sweden to get this under wraps, because, you know, if you think of it though, they might be ruining some of the losses. You know, they had that anti-eco that they could have won, or that anti-force buy that they could have won. They didn't. This is a chance, but this is a must-win for Sweden. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to take this one pretty smooth, but I think you'd be inclined to agree that, just looking at it on paper, this should be a round win. But you know, we just don't know what to expect here in this event.
Yeah, it gets so close. Zaz? Oh, can it be the same situation as with Giuliano? She has some help there.
Yes.
Monkey was with her all along.
Oh.
Very, very good cover by her teammate as well. And yeah, that's just a fast round. I respect how aggressive Denmark have been on the pistol rounds, right? Just trying to overwhelm the weapons on Sweden, but it didn't really work out, as they had pretty defensive positions. And you know, I was highlighting Zig image for a second there, but look at Josephine. She's 28-20. She's the top fragger by far right now in the server. And you know, the bad things is just now Sweden, they got the lead. It's 13-12. That cone just went straight. The traffic cone went straight into the molly, but I don't think it really matters. But now Sweden, do they expect them to be this close? Lin is in a very good position. If Zigimage tries to swing through the smoke, oh, she's gonna try to get the first kill. She can get it on Zaz, but Giuliano and Lena, they strike back. Marie spraying through the smoke. I think she actually got the headshot into Monkey through the wall, so she's down to 21. 4-on-3. They're gonna try to push through the smoke, and they're gonna get Lena. There's another trade, but Giuliano's there. The triple kill from Ramzan in a 1-on-2 in a clutch situation. Look at Giuliano. She gets proactive. She doesn't hide. She just goes into the side, and that's a knife in the back of Ramzan in a 2-on-1 situation. That's insane, Giuliano. You can't do that. Oh, wow. 14 on the side of Sweden. That just adding insult to injury with the knife in the back of the Opper. You know, you could argue, yeah, that she did that for extra money. No, she didn't. That's, you know, no. That's never why people do that. It's just to make it even harder on the enemy team, and, you know, getting so close. It was Denmark in control of the map for quite a long time, but now Sweden just pulling it back, getting themselves so close to match point, series point, grand finals point, I guess.
Yep. It is really looking good. Denmark have been slowed down completely. The attack of Sweden is way too fast and way too overwhelming for their liking. And even when they try to overwhelm, this is what I'm talking about right now. Here we go. And here we are in this situation. A push up forward, Zig Image holding it down with the MP9. And there it is. 7licious takes Zig Image. 4-on-5 to get started. CT side underway. And now they start to get under wraps, as Josephine getting a good start, but it's still a 4-on-4. And Sweden had got that opening frag. And now there's plenty of numbers here for Denmark here onto the A-bomb site. There's a player on the flank though that gets taken down. Now all 3 players are in the CT side. They can rotate away from this, and I think they're aware of that, but that smoke dissipates at the worst time possible. The peek on through after an MP, not going to find things. They're going to overwhelm. Zaz get taken down. Lina finding one right back now, down to 3-on-2. The advantage here with Sweden once more, but now that peek is only found, but that damage been dealt. Josephine finds that kill. And now these important 2-on-2 situations that have been the deciding factor. Sevenlicious with the first. 1 bullet is going to reload. Only 1 bullet required to take down Josephine, and she gets it. A 1-on-2 for Sweden. A close round once more, but it's 3 match and series points now.
Yeah, another clutch. And it's 3 match points, but look at the economy. Couple of MP9s, a FAMAS, and a couple of M4s. It's not looking too good. But, you know, let's see how it goes. Maybe there's still something left in the tank there for Denmark. Getting 3 rounds in a row. Wouldn't be the first time on this map that you do it. Just to flush out overtime. But just the fact is that Sweden, they did so well so far. Ramson taking down Giuliano, though. And Marie finds Zaz. So now they should know there's 3 players towards the B side, but Josephine, she decides to get aggressive at the wrong time. Sevenlicious looking for another headshot here into the side. Zig image, Word's headshot angle. Lena didn't get a good chance, didn't get a good look, but Sevenlicious could have gotten both of the kills there. Monkey will find Ramsden. Neye is also down to 15. They know there's still a player. Words headshot angle, that was Zig image. They're gonna go back. It's basically the same situation as the previous 2 rounds, right? It's just a 3-on-3. The bomb is planted, and Sweden, they're getting themselves into those positions, so into those defensive positions. But Denmark, can they do it? Oh, Monkey taking down Zig image. Lina now down to 1-on-1. Neye has to win this duel. 15 HP on the MP9. It's gonna tap the bomb, but she's not sticking it. Oh, Lina, she's making her way to the site, but Neye gets the headshot, and there should be plenty of time, especially with the defuse kit. Yes, there will. Denmark, they get themselves around there. Just very, very close situation. 15 HP for Neye. Only a single bullet was needed. And I can actually make the case, if she actually stuck the defuse from at first, instead of a fake, I think she could have gotten that in time.
Yeah,
I don't think... Yeah, I don't think Lina had time to go all the way up the ramp here and actually make contact before the defuse happened. So that's 13 for Denmark, but Sweden still have plenty of money in the bank.
Plenty of money in the bank. And this close round could possibly just put Denmark in a situation where they won't have much going to the next. They have to play very, very careful into this scenario here. Sweden can't be giving too much away. But Denmark are the one giving away the first opening frag here, which could be the end. Well, we saw that last time around. Sweden weren't able to close things out. An MP9 doing a lot of damage in the last time, but here there's only 1. Josephine has it, but it's Ramsey and then 4. But Monkey gets another. They're just taking them apart 1 by 1. That B side is under so much pressure. You have a mid player putting pressure. You have the side players. They're going to fight this mid player. They'll be able to get a kill right back. That's going to go untraded. But they've already afforded to get themselves onto the B bomb side. It's going to be a retake setup here, but look at the amount of utilities that's being dropped. Sweden have been one drive utility. They'll have to take the gunfights. There's a 1-for-1 trade. Like I said, no more utility that can be expended by Sweden. That could be the end here, possibly. But Giuliano finds it. Neye down to 6 points of health. There's no way in hell she surely gets this. Right in front, Giuliano holds it down. It's Sweden going to the grand finals. They're going to challenge the Netherlands here for the spot. The final spot for Europe here in the WEC23 National Championships in Yash.
Oh, that was such a good comeback from Sweden. And very, very well played out of them. Denmark, they started off so well on Vertigo here, but it didn't end in their favor, right? It didn't really go in their favor. They were leading quite comfortably, but in the end, it was just Sweden to come back into the game. Just very, very well played. Good job by Denmark as well, but unfortunately their road stops here, and it will be Sweden taking on Netherlands in the grand finals tomorrow to decide who's going to go to Yash.
Yeah, it was a brilliant performance. I felt like for a second Denmark were going to be able to pull on through, but seems like my prediction still stands. Sweden 2-0. Maybe you can go completely clean. I'll throw it in here just to say, I am hoping that Sweden do win out in the end. That's my prediction. Hopefully, I get 100%. Me and Squid will be discussing that later on. But yeah, that's going to be it. I think that was just a brilliant performance out from Sweden towards the end. They were taking individual kills into the mid side. Yeah, but that's us done for the semi-finals. We have our grand final up tomorrow, up at a similar time. It's going to be 4 CEST. So get ready for that. We bid you guys all adieu for now. But be back here tomorrow for the grand finals between the Netherlands and Sweden for that final spot in Yash. We'll see you then.
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Yash, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
There's something in the air.